my YouTube channel. My name is Oluwa Shindara and this is Shindara's Voice. I create content that resonates with career, relationship, faith and lifestyle and every other good stuff. Thank you for watching my previous video. I said that this is the continuation of the last video. So if you have not watched my last video on preparing for an interview, please do go and watch it. Go and watch it. And when you're back, you will understand. Yes. So I'm going to be talking about the interview proper. When you get into the interview room, the things that you're supposed to do. So when you get into the interview room, what are you supposed to do? I call the interview the moment of truth. I find a lot of times people lack basic interview skills. You ask people questions, they are parabolating, I don't understand. So I'm going to just take you through the most questions that people ask and how to respond to them. Like a lot of times that recruiters ask, 90% of the time that recruiters ask is, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself, introduce yourself, what do you know about yourself, let's meet you. Whichever way you want to say it, they're still trying to say that, tell us about yourself. Abi? Now, this question, most of the time, recruiters have already formed their opinion about you from how you answer this question. And sometimes, this question is what keeps the ball rolling. This question proceeds, it gives birth to other question. This question can also end the conversation for you. Whichever way. So this question, you have to be able to rehearse it well enough to be able to answer it. Now, there are two ways you can, there are a lot of ways you can answer this question, but then I would dwell on two ways that I feel like are very much important. Whether you answer through storytelling method or you answer through punchline method. Now, what is storytelling? This storytelling is trying to say, tell us about yourself. Okay, you're trying to say about yourself, your achievements, your experiences, how you've been able to achieve this particular thing. Now, showing your target points and all of that, putting yourself out. Use the punchline method. Now, the punchline is using a razor blade or a razor sharp storytelling. Like, you just go and say, just drop punchline. You see now, this particular one, I advise people that already have experience to talk like this, because if you're just like an intern, entry level, and you're trying to use punchline method, what punchline are you dropping? But then for an entry level, you can use storytelling. But for someone that has been in the manual position or whatever, you can use a punchline, because you know what, this impresses the interviewers and catches their attention and makes them to get interested in you and want to get to know you better. So a unique selling point, that's to with you selling yourself. You have selling point, selling yourself. Make sure that you also use numbers, facts and figures. These things draw the attention of people. I'm so sorry for the noise if you're hearing any. I'm sorry for the noise. People are mad. A lot of people are doing those things. So this makes this points and figures and numbers and figures, they project sales. They makes it like eating the nail to the head. You get what I'm saying? Another question you can ask is, why should we employ you? I mean, why are we supposed to employ you? You know that you're not the only one, right? A lot of people are sitting there with you. So why should they pick you amongst the hundreds of people that have been interviewed? Now, this is the point where you talk about your skills and your accomplishments, your experience, how they can help. Now, you can also always ask a question, continue asking through storytelling, like by saying, using every answer, referring every answer to a particular story of your life. Do you get? So we are talking about your skills. We are talking about a time in your life where you put these skills and accomplishments into action, and I was able to improve your last or your current job. Do you get? So now this has made them to see that, okay, so you say, okay, while I was working as a sales manager in this company, I rose the target. I achieved all my target and I achieved my revenue to 200%. Do you get that? So this person is a go-getter and this person achieves his or her goal. Now this shows that amongst every other person, if you are given a target, you will achieve your own 200% higher than every other person's own. Do you get? So that's how to answer why should we employ you. Make sure that you sell your skills and your accomplishments above every other thing. Here's do you have now. Do not say, I don't have experience. Oh, I'm just starting. Oh, I just graduated from school. That is why I advise a lot of young undergraduates or people that just finished from NYSC to make sure that they take up leadership roles, internship jobs and all of that. Don't just wait till when you're graduating before you take job. But don't wait for when you're about to go into labor market before you take job, because labor market is really a labor place. You have to also. So make sure that you put in your internship work, your entry level work, your NYSC job, your PPA, everything, all the jobs you've been able to do. You worked in your mother's shop as the salesperson, the sales manager. There's a way you can write it out that can sell you. Do you get? So that's the way that you talk about your previous experience. Talk about every experience you've gathered that is related to the job. Find out how we can relate to the job. Like I asked, if you were hired, what would you do differently? Now, obviously, they're asking you what you do differently from what the company is doing already. The option is not doing already that you can do. That's why you need to go and watch my first video where I spoke about researching about the company. You have to have done your underground research about the company. You have to know what they are doing already, that you're not bringing what's your own different quarter. Remember that I said that most of the people, not really is the only one that are interviewing, so you have to be able to sell the best shot. Don't just come and don't reserve your best points. What are you reserving for? Sell everything. Put all your point on the table. Know how to place it, and so that you stand the chance of being chosen. Tell us about your current job or your responsibility. Now, this is the point where you talk about things you are doing already. Don't go, I used to say things like, don't go and put your JD. It's not your JD. It's your job responsibility. It's different from JD. So make sure that you look for your job responsibility. Now, that's the things that are already in your resume. Make sure that they are tagging. Make sure that they are action verbs. I led the organization to this particular thing. I led a team of 2. I sing one. Like, make sure they are action verbs. I handled. Don't come and say, and make sure you also demonstrate teamwork. Don't just say I and a team of 2, a team of 5. I joined a team of 5 in. Don't come and be saying that I. You that means that you're the only one that can do it. As you sell your current responsibilities and job, make sure you're also showing your achievements. Don't just talk about what you told me to do alone. Talk about how you're able to achieve those things there. Do not repeat points. Also use storytelling methods. Really helps. That is you saying how you were able to achieve this or what you do, saying a story. So it makes you to be able to, it's like it makes people to be able to see, like when you're saying a story, people can understand what you're saying from their own point of view. They can imagine what you're saying. So storytelling method is actually always better when you're trying to explain things that you have done to an interviewer. What is your greatest weakness? You now come and say, I don't have weakness. Oh, auntie, uncle, you have weakness. Yes, I will say to your face, you have weakness. Everybody in this world have weakness. Nobody is perfect. So don't make that mistake of ever saying you don't have weakness. You do. So that you sit down, really think about your weakness and understand how your weakness can become a strength. So you can turn your weakness to a strength. Most of the time, that's the best way to sell yourself in an organization. So now, for example, someone like me, I hate routines. Yeah, it's fine. That's a weakness. I hate routines. I don't like routines, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing HR, because I know that people are dynamic and they always have different problems every day. They don't have the same problem. Everybody has different problems. And I get some different problems. So people are dynamic, and that's why that's like a routine for, that's like a different thing. But then I now try to find out something that can challenge me in every of my day-to-day activities. Now my weakness has become a strength, because I'm trying to look for different problems, trying to solve different problems, because I don't want to do the same thing. Do you get? So now make sure that you find out your weakness and try to find out your weakness can become a strength. That is how to talk about your weakness. Don't now come and say, I get bored easily, so I always play music in the office. Hello, so don't turn my office into music studio. I will not come and employ you and pay you salary so that you can be playing Bedu in my office. No, they will not employ you. Make sure that your weakness, don't now come and say your weakness and turn it into a weakness. Like, have you ever where the person just kept talking about weakness? Yeah, you're going to go and shoot yourself in the leg, but at the same time, make your weakness a positive one, not a negative one. Why did you leave the job? Or why do you want to leave the job? Do not talk ill about your past employer. Don't. It's not right. Don't talk ill about your past employer. You can answer this question making the present people feel good about themselves. For example, you can say, okay, so this company is the top company in the industry, and I decided to work in the top company industry, or there's a particular thing that I want to solve in this organization. But do not make it look like, they don't pay them like, you see that my boss saying, that man is very wicked. He does not do this thing. So you expect that they will now come and make them feel like, that if you're talking ill about your past employee, that means if you leave the company, you also talk ill about them also. That's what it means. So make sure you don't talk ill about your past employee, but make sure you make them also feel good and let them see reasons why it's necessary for you to. How much do you want to earn? Now, personally, I don't like this question also, because the question kind of puts you in a hot spot and you really do not know what to say. But you know what? The moment you've already researched about the company, so researching about the company kind of make you know what the industry at that particular and your role is expected to take. Now, you should not now go and, because they are earning like 150k in that role, you not say, okay, I was earning 150k before, then you not say, okay, I want to start earning like 500,000, no, 1 million. Like, God, what's up? So you're supposed to like just increase it a little, and then you can now negotiate, but then in every way, do not reduce yourself. If you're earning like 150k, you expect that you should have like a 20 to 30% or 50% increase. Do not try to even reduce it, and make sure there's an increase. except when you want to learn. And even when you want to learn, put in things like what the company is worth, your location, the investment you're putting. I don't want you as a candidate to make yourself feel like you're not needed, or the company wants you. The company wants you as much as you want the company. I don't want any candidate to feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, or this company is big. Yes, the company is big. Oh yes, it's a 4,500 company, but if you're also big, without you, the company is not going to be in existence. It's you that makes the company to be a big company. So don't make let no interviewer or employer make you feel like they are doing you a favor. Nobody's doing it. In fact, you're doing them a favor, because your expertise, your specialty is needed in the organization. That is what makes the organization to grow. So make yourself feel like an important person, like you are needed. Do not devalue yourself because of an employer. If they don't value you, another person will value you. And you know what? When you say a negative, now another thing, don't go and be giving price that you're not worth. Know your worth. When you know that you don't have anything to offer, you're not gonna be selling. Know your worth, please. Don't go and say something that is above your worth. But either ways, if you know that is your worth, and what you're delivering to the organization is worth that, is even like above that, but you're just giving it to them, don't let them reduce your offer. Do you know what? If you say no, and then they say, okay, we'll get back to you, if they see what you're delivering, they'll come back to you. And they don't come back to you, guess what? Another person will value you. So do not devalue yourself when an organization is asking about your worth. The major thing is find out what the company pays, find out what the organization pays, find out what the industry, that role in that industry pays, and look at what you're offering, and then you can be able to get the amount you want to pay. But then when they ask about your last salary, do not lie. I don't tell people not to lie. It is advisable to play safe. Say a range. Don't say, okay, I want to earn 50,000. No. Play, just talk within a range. I want to earn about 150 to 200,000 naira, about 750 to 800,000 naira. This way, you have to be able to get like within the range. Do you get? But do not also sell short of yourself. When they say when do you want to start, except if you are looking for a volunteer position and an internship position, or you are jobless, you're not employed at the moment and you need a job immediately, that's when you're supposed to say, okay, I'll start right away, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week Monday. But if you are working, don't say, okay, I'll start right away. No, remember you're in a company, you have to resign. Even if the company they are tired of the company, like you want to leave like immediately, try to make sure tell them that, okay, so I'm working at the moment and I need to resign, I need to hand over properly, I need to sign out properly. So will you give me 1 month to be able to give my organization proper, to be able to do proper signing out and proper resignation in my organization. 1 month notice will be fine. You'll say, okay, 1 month notice, and they will bring it for you if you're offering something. Either ways, you can also make them see that yes, you're valuable to your organization that you're leading. You say, okay, I'm leading a team at the moment on a project. I'd like to give them the opportunity to finish the project I'm leading before. Now, don't lie. If you're not leading a project, don't go and say you're leading a project. That is just make them know that you want to leave your organization on a good note, because relationships are important. Do not leave any organization like you're leaving like a book, like just throwing it at their face. No, relationships are very important. You know what? Organizations like mine will always reach out to the last employer to find out how you were in the organization. If you find out that you left like a book, like you just left them like you were bullshit, they will bullshit you too. So make sure that you live well. Do you have a question for us? Now this is most likely the last question that they ask you. I said earlier, I keep on saying it. Do not never say that you don't have any question to ask them. No, you have question, or you must have question. Research about questions. Oh, why are you working? Why do you like working in this company? What made the last person to leave your company or the person left? What made the last person? Because what is the organization doing towards learning and development and trainings? What would this organization want of me to be able to get this position? You get that kind of thing. Ask questions. Google the kind of questions to ask. Make sure you ask them questions. It makes you to relate with them. It makes you to put them on the hotspot. You are putting your hotspot in the money. Put them on the hotspot. And guess what? Asking people about themselves really makes them to feel very, like, people love to talk about themselves. So you can ask them about themselves. Have been able to grow in the organization, for example. An organization that tells you that they have very high retention strategy, and you see that everybody in the organization has working for like 13, 14, 15, 17 years. Ask them, oh, why did you stay this long in the organization? What made you to stay this long? People like to talk about things like that. It makes you to also form rapport with them. Ask questions. Now, a bonus tip. Make sure that you always send a follow-up thank you message after an interview. Now, let me tell you what this does. Remember the story of the leper in the Bible, where Jesus healed the leper and only one person came back to say thank you? Yeah, that's what will happen. When you always say thank you, gives you an edge over every other person. It makes people see that you appreciate it, makes them see that that it was worth their time interviewing you, and most of the time it makes you to stand a chance of getting the job. So it won't harm you to send an email to that email that sent you a message to invite you to say thank you for the interview today, I look forward to your response. And then it won't be a by the idea if they say, okay, you know what, you're not qualified for the interview, blah blah blah. You can also ask, can I know why I wasn't qualified, or can I know what I did wrong? You have to be prepared for another interview. Do not just end the interview at the interview room. There's building relationships can also help you. Also help you to leverage on that opportunity for another interview. I hope I've been able to touch a few points on interview tips. As I said, it's the moment of truth. I hope that I've been able to touch a few points. I hope that this has helped you. As I will always say, if you think that there's more thing that you want me to talk about, please do message me on any of my social media accounts or send me an email. I will be very happy. I will respond. I will surely respond, and then I hope that God grants you the grace and it comes true for you in this interview or any other interview that you are likely to go for. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. See you then. Remain blessed. Bye.